Well, that's a good question. I think in our time, the triumph of Orthodoxy, this expression that we associate with this upcoming Sunday, of the first Sunday of Lent, that commemorates the victory in 843 of the veneration of icons. That is, there was this heresy of iconoclasm that was a problem for actually quite a long time. And in 843, the Empress Theodora, most people watching this video know the story, restored the icons in the churches. Now, we have a video on iconoclasm for anyone interested in the details, but I'd like to talk about this expression of triumph, because I think that it might easily be associated with Orthodox triumphalism, which is a sort of association of the victory or triumph of the church with our human capacities in the church, in this world. However, this is not our triumph, because our triumph is nailed to the cross and tramples death by death. It is the triumph of Christ. We ourselves, in our brokenness and in our shortcomings in the church, are not the ones who are triumphant. And this is what the Apostle John, if you remember, talks about in his first epistle in chapter 5. He talks about the victory that has been victorious in the world. He talks about Niki Nikisasaton Kosmon, Epistisimon, our faith. And then the Apostle John goes on to specify who is he who overcomes the world, but only he who believes that Jesus is the Son of God. So there it is, our faith in Jesus Christ. And the Apostle John goes on and says that Christ is he who comes by water and blood. And then he goes further and says, not just by water, but by blood. So there it is, the cross. And this is what victory we're talking about. It's this Christian antinomy that the kind of victory we talk about is not a military one in this world. It is the one that is nailed to the cross. So Jesus Christos Nika is victorious in his cross, that he overcomes by not avoiding it, but by going through it, even until hell, death and hell, and then he brings us out in him. He brings us out of the muck to have us polished in his beauty. That's what it means that Christ reigns. He is king. He is clothed in majesty in our body, our resurrected body in him. But it's not our victory. It's only in him. So I just wanted to point that out, lest we confuse triumph with triumphalism. No, the triumph of the cross is Christ. And that's why in the Troparion, which I have pulled up here on my computer, the Troparion of this Sunday talks about the cross. We venerate your most pure image, O good one, and ask forgiveness of our transgressions, O Christ God. Of your own will you were pleased to ascend the cross in the flesh, to deliver your creatures from bondage to the enemy. Therefore with thanksgiving we cry aloud to you, you have filled all with joy, O our Savior, by coming to save the world. So there it is, our triumph, and it is one where we ask forgiveness for our transgressions and thank him for his triumph. I just wanted to point that out and remind myself of it as we approach this Sunday. And yes, I talked about it also in our video that's being posted today about, see, we have this little liturgy course on the Divine Liturgy online, and we're talking about the Great Synopty, and we're talking about this great litany at the beginning of every Divine Liturgy, how we as church pray for the whole world. Now we pray for the peace of the entire world, for the peace and the well-being of all of the holy churches, and for the unity of all. Now there's a perplexing phrase. We do not stand before God, we do not present ourselves and gather at Divine Liturgy as a perfect community. not in our human existence in this world. We are not. We come forth in our brokenness, those in need of healing, in need of salvation. Indeed, we do not have perfect self-sufficiency, and hopefully we have the hunger and thirst of those who still are works in progress. So I think that's very clear at the beginning of every divine liturgy, and I would urge myself and anybody watching this for us to continue to pray and pray for the Holy and Great Council coming up, and to continue a journey of yearning and longing for that which is not yet fulfilled. All right, that's it for this topic.